Peace and love, everyone. I'm coming back to you on this Sunday, August 2nd. The video that I just did, the live, it probably won't upload until tomorrow. YouTube has been having some complications, so I just want to come in and give you all a short little story time. For anybody who missed the live chat that we just had, that we hadn't had in a long time, I just wanted to come in with a little story time about what happened to me yesterday, and it's dealing with karma. Karma. Not caramel, karma. Yesterday I was on the run. Everything was going smoothly. I went to the spot to go get an SD card for a new phone that I purchased, and they didn't have it, so I wound up having to go not far from where I was, about 10 minutes from where I was, and purchase the card. So I got the card, and I was like, oh, I had promised my daughter I was going to take her to get some crystals because she's working with one of her chakras, and she needed a specific crystal. So I was not far from the crystal store, so I was like, well, let me get my daughter a crystal and pick me up some more crystals and stuff too for my altar. Okay, I called the crystal store, and for some reason, because I was coming from another direction, I got turned around, and I called the lady, and she was like, well, we're closing at 5 o'clock. It was 4:25. So finally, she was like, I'm going to stand outside. I'm going to stand outside so you can see me. And so finally, I found the place, okay? So used to my daughter always being with me as far as when I go to the crystal store. I don't think I've ever been to the crystal store without her. No, I have not been to the crystal store without her. So I'm used to her being with me. I knew she wasn't with me, but I'm used to her being with me. I had my regular keys in my hand, and for some reason, Lucky's in the background, you all. For some reason, I got excited, and I was like, jumped out the car, and yeah, I left my keys in the ignition with the car running, door locked. I had ran over to the box to pay for my parking, and before I knew it, I was like, what is that noise? My car is running, and I'm like, oh God, please let it be a door open, you know, even though I make sure that all my locks are down. Usually that was not the case. No door was open. So with that being said, I freaked out a little bit, didn't pay the meter, ran into the store and started talking to the lady, and was like, oh my God, you know, she was like, how are you doing? I was like, I was doing okay. You know, I was rushing, trying to get in here, and accidentally locked my keys in my car with the car running. So I always try to emit good energy, positive vibes, all of that, you know, with people, period. That's just how I am. You know, unless a person gives me a reason not to, and still I try to avoid any type of negative interactions if possible. So I'm always treating people pretty, you know, good, you know, and I definitely believe in karma. I believe in what you put out here, you definitely will get back. So with that being said, I got a little anxious, and I was like, well, I still have to get this crystal for my daughter. So I was talking to her about the chakra that she was trying to open, and what crystal should I get, and I realized that she already had some of the crystals that she needed. So I was like, I still want to pick her up something, you know, so I started telling her about her, and she heard the love I have inside of me, and anybody that's from my channel knows the love that I have for my daughter. It's very strong. She's 13, had her at almost 37, and we have a very tight bond. So, you know, I don't make her promises without keeping them. You know, I always fall through. And if I promised her I was going to get her this crystal. But anyway, so I got the crystal, and I was still just like, okay, let me calm down. Let me call the police and maybe see if they can come through, you know, and whatever. No, they don't do it anymore because people try to sue the city. They used to help people out and blah, blah, blah. So I go outside, and I'm like, okay, cool. I don't have a ticket on my car, but I'm still trying to get into the solution. So the girl behind the desk, you know, I was like, you know, I do have, like, I am a little anxious right now because my car is running. I don't have that much gas in it. And, you know, she was like, okay, well, let's get into the solution. Basically, you know, I called my car dealership. They were closed. They were closing. which was good because they would have charged me an arm and a leg. So I wound up calling, I had her call the police, and they were like, if she had said that I was in distress outside. There's a lady outside in distress. I think she locked her keys in her car or whatever, because initially I had called the police. So I was like, well, maybe if a business owner is saying that somebody's outside in distress, and they were like, you know, we can call an ambulance or something like that, you know, if she needs to go to the hospital or whatever, but that's it, you know. So in my mind, I'm thinking the whole time, I'm like, no, something good is going to come out of this. Something positive is definitely going to happen. This is going to end, and I'm going to be like, you know, when it's all said and done, I'm going to be happy, and it's going to be over before I know it. As it starts to rain outside, I'm talking to her, and I'm like, well, I know you're about to close, you know, I'll go stand outside by my car. I look outside in my car, and I got a ticket on my car. She was like, you don't have to go outside. It's raining. It's cool. I still have some cleaning up to do, whatever, whatever. All right. So I was like, you know, I am, you know, again, I'm feeling a little anxious. I called the locksmith people, and I was feeling kind of good after I talked to them, because they was like, well, it's going to cost like $25 just for him to come out there, and then it's going to be another like $35, $40 or whatever, you know, for him to do your car. And I was like, okay, that's not that bad, you know, but now I'm thinking about, okay, I got a $50 ticket, plus I got to pay probably like $75 or whatever. I'm like, man, $125, I could have brought a whole bunch of crystals and a whole bunch of other stuff, or food, whatever. So the girl, she had noticed, you know, what my name was and everything, and she was like, you know, here's something to calm you down, you know, here's a crystal, because I was like, let me pick me up something. And she was like, here's something over here that'll calm you down or keep you, you know, cool or whatever. It's a very powerful crystal, whatever, selenite. So I was like, okay, cool. And so I picked one, you know, I went through the basket. I always like to take my time and see what I'm moved to pick up. And I picked up one, and I was like, well, how much are these? Because it didn't have a price on it. And she was like, I just paid for it for you. And I was like, thank you. And I gave her a hug. You know, I was just like, I'm a huggy person. So I gave her a hug, and she was like, you know, cool, no problem. You know, you called the locksmith. Everything's going to be okay. You know, don't worry. And the locksmith had called me back, and he was like, well, where exactly are you? I gave him all my information. She was like, see, everything is going in your favor. He'll be here in like 30 minutes, blah, blah, blah. However, I get a call from somebody else, and it was like, I told them what happened. It was like, call the locksmith back. You don't have to go that route. You know, we're on our way, but we're coming from far, far, far away, which meant I was going to probably run out of gas, and they were going to take about an hour to get to me. Something that told me, because I just passed a police station before I got to the place, and some said, call your girlfriend. Call your friend that's a police officer. Just so happens that was her police station. That was the district that she worked in. And I was like, Miko, well, that's the name I'm used for her. I was like, Miko, you know, my car. I'm out here over here on 18th East, and you know, I'm at this crystal place, and I like my keys in my car, and my other key had broke off in the trunk, so I don't have a spare key, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, girl, she was like, wait a minute, wait. Let me call one of the police officers, you know, that's about to go out. And she asked a couple people, and they, you know, they were like, no, you know, one person was like, my Jimmy or whatever, because they do carry those around. He was like, mine was too long for me or whatever, so I sent mine back or whatever. And then she got in touch with this one guy she was cool with. And he was like, sure. And it was just 2 blocks away. So he was like, sure, I'll go over there. I'll help her out. You know, you my girl. I got you. So I'm standing outside in the rain, and she's telling me he's on his way. He's on his way. So she's giving me his description. She's like, girl, he's about 6'2". He's this, he's that. You know, he's easy on the eyes, bow-legged, da-da-da-da. And I was like, okay, cool. All right, cool. You know, that'll work. Not only will somebody help me with my car, but I got some eye candy to look at too. And what happened? Oh, so it again took him a few minutes to come. She said he's going to be in an unmarked car. I'm outside in the rain, so I see somebody coming And I was like waving my hand, and he just pulled up like immediately. When he stepped outside the car, I was like, yes, God. Alrighty then. Very nice, very polite, very calming, very, I mean, just everything. You know what I'm saying? And again, like I said, I try to put out good energy because I want to receive good energy back, or that's just the way I like to move anyway. So he's working and working and working. 5 minutes is up, and I'm like, oh my God. It didn't look like nothing was happening. And then finally it looked like the window was starting to pop back a little bit. So then I see some progress. Then he's able to get the stick down, but I'm like, okay, it's not moving my thing, because I don't have like electric locks or anything. I just have like the regular manual locks. So anyway, 5 minutes later, 10 minutes, he was able to pop the lock. And I had turned my head for a second. The whole time I'm in my daughter's room, so you know, invading her space. Anyway, so in the 5 minutes time, or the 10 minutes time, I just turned for a second. The lock had popped. I'm sorry, she got me off track. And I jumped, and I was just like, oh my God, it's open. He's like, yeah. He was like, and so I saw the girl come outside that had gave me the free crystal and stuff. So I got my keys out, and he was like, you're good, you know, da 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 da. And I was like, I don't have any money, you know, I've only been using my debit card today, and da 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 da. He was like, don't worry about it, you know, your girl, that's my girl, and this, that, and the other. And so I was like, cool. I was like, I gotta give you a hug. I have to give you a hug. That's my thing, you know, I love to hug. When I say this person gave me like the biggest, strongest hug, I was just like, woo, okay, all right. And so the vibe, the energy was just good. He was so cool because he had asked me if I wanted to go sit in his car. I was like, no, I'll stand outside in the rain with you. I'm not worried about my hair getting wet, as you can see. And it worked out in my favor. I mean, I got a $50 ticket, but I was able to get my I didn't have to pay to get my lock changed. As a matter of fact, I did call. I was very, you know, in tune with what I needed to do. I called the person who was on his way to come, the locksmith that was on their way to come, because it should have only taken them like another 10 minutes. They had told me 30 minutes. I called them and let them know. And he was like, just grateful that I called to let him know. I guess a lot of people don't do that, but, you know, I was courteous and stuff and let him know. And he was like, thank you, you know. And I talked to the police officer for a little while longer. Then I called my girlfriend back. I was like, girl, you ain't tell me. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But, you know, long story short, you know, when you put good energy out, sometimes it doesn't seem like it's going to come right back to you all the time. A lot of times it doesn't. You know, good things don't always happen to good people. You know, bad things happen to good people, you know. But, you know, I live by, you know, karma. I live by energy. I live by being courteous and being nice to people, and to a certain extent until they, you know, give me a reason not to. But for the most part, I'm very polite. I'm very cool. Again, depending on the situation, but I really just always try to be a very positive person, and a nice person. You know, like I said, unless I'm feeling like I'm being harmed or somebody's trying to drag me or whatever. But I just wanted to tell that story because I meant to tell it at the end of the live chat and didn't get a chance to. This video will probably upload before the live chat does. So whoever was in the live chat, this is what happened to me yesterday. Got my crystal, got my SD card, got my daughter's crystal, which is the reason why I was going over there in the first place. After getting my SD card from my phone, and got a great hug from a wonderful police officer, you know, and that was basically it. I mean, good vibes. See, I'm never the type of person, like I've heard people say, you know, well, make up a lie about this. Say your aunt died and you need some money and blah, blah, blah. Or say this person. I've never been that type of person who could just say, oh, somebody died or somebody's sick and I can't make it, or I can't do this. I can make an excuse, but I'm not going to put it in connotation as to where if something does happen to somebody because I spoke that type of stuff out here, I don't even like to think stuff like that. So I don't like to speak it. Because if it comes into fruition, I'm going to be feeling like really bad. And I do believe that you can speak things into existence. So with that being said, yesterday was a great day. Yesterday was a great day. Got a $50 ticket. Didn't have to pay. Because when I did talk to the locksmith, he was like, oh, no, it's going to be like $90-something. And I'm like, really? Are you serious? But didn't have to do that. I'm going to pay the ticket. Cool. I wish I would have saw the meter maid because, I mean, obviously my car was running. You know, but it is what it is. Stuff happens. Thank God I have the $50 to pay it, you know. Wish I could have been spending it on something else that more tangible, something else more fruitful. But it's cool though. It's cool. Lesson learned. And I will be getting a $90-something key to replace the one that broke off in my trunk. That's another story. But yeah, my spare key had broke off in my trunk. That's why I didn't have the spare key on my set of house keys. So that is my story of karma and a great outcome from putting out good energy. What you put out here, you definitely will get back sooner or later, whether it's negative or positive. So try to put out good energy. Spread love. Don't need to hate on anybody. Just be positive. Be free. Blessings. Hey, if you all haven't already done so, go to the description box. Check out my other social media. Check out my Instagram, my Facebook. I'm on Messenger. Also, Teespring. I'm about to post some pictures on my community post. If you're not a subscriber, make sure that you're subscribed. Subscribe, share, like, thumbs up, all that. I'm about to put some pictures of some new stuff that I have up, some new merchandise that I have. So please, please, please go to Teespring. Go to my description box. Check out Teespring, and I have some new merch. Same pictures. If you've already purchased some of my stuff, or if you've already seen some of my stuff, it's just different material, different colors, and I even have like some stuff for dogs. Come here. I have even a little hoodie for him. I don't have on a t-shirt, and I don't have the mug and the other things that I have available in the room right now. Like I said, this was just a quick little chat. I mean, a little video I want to put out. But check it out. Trust me, you'll love it. Especially if you've already seen some of my stuff. The design that I came up with, it's one of my original designs. It's nothing that you'll find anywhere else. It was something I put together. So yeah, check out my other social media and definitely check out the description box. This video is going to come out before the chat does, because the live stream for some reason takes a long time. All right, peace and love, y'all. That's my story of karma. So do good, be good, spread love, spread light. Anybody bringing you any type of negativity or any type of negative vibes, push them away. It's not worth it. Say it's not worth it, right, Lucky? Say it is not worth it. Peace and love only. Blessings, you all.